Alright guys, so today we're going to take a look at AJ's car. He has a WRX STI 2017, and then I have a 2015 WRX regular with the FA20. And when you buy cars like these, you really want to talk about stock for stock. That's important, but if you get cars like this, you want to mod them. So we're just going to kind of go over how my modded WRX is versus his modded STI, and give you a real world kind of perspective on what's it like to own these cars. I owned it for about 3 years. You had it for
about almost a year.
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna start it right now. We're gonna talk about AJ's cars first. He has an STI. So what kind of options do you have from the factory? Is it a base model or limited or anything like that?
I actually got the base model. This is a 2017 STI. So there's no navigation, no leather seat. I do have the short throw shifter, which I got from the factory.
Okay. Other than that, it's pretty much just that's it. But let's talk about your mods, because we're talking about mods, right? So what kind of mods do you have on your car?
I have the Cobb Stage 1 Plus with an SF intake tune. It is OTS map. I have the nameless muffler delete with the resonator delete. You guys probably heard before.
Yeah, it's pretty loud.
That's pretty much with the engine wise, and now it's just mostly cosmetic. The front lip, the charge speed style, the wheels, the gurney flap, diffuser, and the seats inside.
All right, so my car, you can tell it's a lot more modified, because, you know, when you have a WRX, it's a little bit cheaper than an STI, and then you can get it to the STI level or beyond that level. Got the Super Speed headlights with the authentic JDM S4 bezels. You got the aesthetic piece right there. That's the ST08 lip. NT03s. We have, of course, I did the vinyl. We have vinyl in the front, the top, the side. A-base turn signals. STI OEM side skirt, JDM splash guard, the STI wing with the password JDM swap there. What else? I got the Q300 with the finishing off with some rally armor mud flaps. Fourth brake light from Super Speed as well. Premium auto styling, little trunk license plate trim with the WRX FA20 DIT badge. Super Speed taillights. OEM rain guards. I wrapped a shark fin too. And then as for mods, I'm on FlexFeel E85 tuned by Ron Watson. So hit him up if you want some good tuning from that guy. I'm J Pipe from Mishimoto, and the exhaust again. Intake is from Cobb, and
a few moments later.
Other than that, everything is exterior wise and under the hood wise, it's kind of what you see is what you get. I'm probably missing a few things, but with the tune and everything, I'm estimate around 350 wheel horsepower when I'm full, like E50. Right now I'm on E40 blend, so I'm not making that top power, but it's going to be pretty similar, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. Yeah, and then if we move into the interior, I have a nice Michael Kors bag. I'm just kidding, with my girlfriend's. Android head unit. You know, the works right there. Just pretty much simple, clean interior. My biggest thing is keeping it clean. Keeping it clean on the interior wise, not going too crazy. But I do like his seats, so I might change it. So let's do a drive comparison of these two cars, and first we'll get maybe my impressions of AJ's STI, tell you how I feel about driving it. Then we're gonna move on to mine and see how he likes my WRX. Is it 3, 5, and then red line? Yeah. Hey.
Sounds weird.
Man, this guy said my car sounds weird. So this is worth the purple, man. So what do you think?
It's loud.
It's loud, but the crackles were loud, right? Yeah.
I can feel it on my chest.
But like the overall exhaust tones is not loud, but it's the crackles that really pop.
Go and take off the muffler.
Take off the muffler, maybe I get the R400. If you're looking for the best sounding car, I'm gonna say the STI with the EJ25 with an unequal length header. Of course, if you get an equal length header, it's probably gonna sound exactly like that car, which still sounds fine. With this exhaust setup, but we're comparing exhaust setups right now, modded, both modded, even with just a muffler delete and a resonant delete, I'm gonna give it to the STI because it does sound better and it does sound more unique. So yeah, so let's cut it. So I'm sitting in the STI. My first impression is his bucket seats. His bucket seats are like, look at this. If I sit up straight, I have a lot of room. I feel low to the ground. That increases center of gravity, right? Yeah, I feel super low and I got a lot of leg room. Are these adjustable rails? Nice. And yeah, let's start this. All right, first drive with an STI. I actually never drove an STI before. And yeah.
Stop signs.
Make sure you don't run through stop signs here because there's cops. My initial impression already is the shifter is already really tight in short throws. It is heavier. Clutch is about the same, but man, these seats tell a really big story. Let me get the windows down a little bit. Oh, that rumble. Yeah, that's nice. So everything feels kind of a little bit tighter and stiffer, kind of, let's say maybe, I wouldn't say maybe heavier, because everything does feel a lot stiffer and tighter, especially the shifter. Wow, it's a big difference. On mine feels a lot like a toy, where this one feels really heavy and it's like you're actually engaging, and that's kind of like, I guess, the result of the direct shifter. It's not, I thought this would be more similar to the BRZ, but the BRZ is a lot lighter too. That rumble's nice. Handling wise, the steering wheel also feels heavy compared to mine. Should I change the drive mode to sharp? Like full? Yeah, there you go. So I'm on the SI drive. Go this way?
Yeah.
Oh, that exhaust sounds so good.
Right.
Yeah, right. Wow, I'm just telling you right now, the exhaust. Some people say that are fully stopped before it gets. Do not back up. All right, I can get my sunglasses on. So I want to say, like, the exhaust does sound a lot more aggressive and unique. So when people say, hey, I really like that unequal length header sound, it's so good, it's worth it, I can't buy a WRX, I can kind of see it. Is it a deal breaker if I don't have it? Nah, not really, but it is very appealing. Driving it pretty normal right now, it feels pretty much like my car, besides the heavier shifter and the heavier steering. But yeah, the interior of the STI is definitely nicer too. One thing I don't like about my car is the doors, and these have like the upgraded doors. If you can show, you get like the suede material. The back seats have the suede and leather too, and I'm very meticulous when it comes to stuff like that, so it's nice. So I'm gonna switch into my phone so I can let my camera charge a little bit. But yeah, let's. Power band wise, it is a little left or right? Right, straight. Power wise, it does feel around this RPM. It is slower than my car. And you can definitely tell there's a little bit lag. But yeah, it's just, the power band wise, it's kind of close. But what I'm saying is there's no meat at the middle, but when the boost hits, it does feel like a very fast car. Where so it's kind of like lag, and then it hits. So then you're like, oh crap, it's fast. So a lot of people like that characteristic of being like, turbo's not on right now. Turbo's not on, and then it turns on like VTEC kind of kicked in. So I'm gonna kind of demonstrate that right now. So I'll do a pull in third gear. So I'm at 2008 RPM. I'm gassing it full throttle. And then the boost kicks in right here. And then you can feel it. You know what I'm talking about? So right there, it's just like I was at 2000. I actually full throttled it, and it was kind of like in third gear, it was like kind of getting there. Then the boost kicks in, and you guys felt that, right? Yeah, so it's nice. But so that's a kind of fun characteristic that a lot of people like. So wow, it's nice. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to talk about? Your grip settings are definitely better than mine. I'm actually on all seasons, so going on Pilot Super Sports, you can definitely tell the grip is there. Also, because you're not lowered, you don't have any rubbing issues. If you corner in hard in mine, you'll see that, especially if you have 4 passengers in the car, you're definitely going to get some rub because of 4 passengers and you're cornering hard. But yeah, it's a good setup. Everything just feels so tight and buttoned down. When it comes to WRX, maybe the powertrain, like power-wise, it's very similar, but with STI, it's kind of like the handling aspect too. That way. What's up? It's that way. Oh, yeah. And I can tell you, the handling feels really solid, and I really like the steering wheel feel. It's like more direct. I'm getting a lot more information through the steering wheel, and it's actually, it feels better because like the leather's like perforated right here. Alright, we gotta make sure we stop fully because there's a lot of cops here. And now we can enjoy the rumble. Have you ever whipped it in this? Because I know the STIs you can send power to the rear, and with the trip differential you can do that.
With the tires I have, it just grips.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Now we're in the WRX. We're gonna get AJ's impression. I do have a racing shift knob. He had a cob access port. I do have a shift stopper to prevent the sloppiness that you were talking about earlier. And of course, if you have a modded WRX with a cob access port, you're gonna lose the rev hang too. So let's get it.
Alright, so the first impression is the clutch feels like squishy.
Oh yeah.
Compared to mine. Mine feels like it's more like a mechanical. And the shifting is like what John said. It feels like a toy. It feels like it's not going into gear, but it is in gear. The FA20 sound is a little too quiet for my taste. I don't hear the rumble, which the Subaru are supposed to be known for. But he does have the burble tune. I think he turned it off, right?
Yeah, I turned on the burble tune. Oh shit! Damn, you surprised me like that. So it's pretty fast.
Yeah. Oh, you are E85.
Yeah.
E50, right?
E40 something right now, yeah.
E40.
So I'm not on the full E85. I'm a little bit. Yeah, just be careful. But yeah, so I agree with you. It is a little bit quiet.
I think it is because of the NVIDIA Q300.
Yeah,
which
so
makes it with that big muffler.
yeah, these cars can get very loud too. But remember that you were running off of basically a straight pipe after the downpipe, where
So
I actually
have a catless.
I'm catted with the
catted.
Q300 paired up to
Okay.
it. Yeah. You're gonna hear a lot of intake sound because of the nature of what I have.
I do definitely hear that. Oh, and the difference between mine and your WRX, as far as the intake, from outside you hear the turbo flutter.
Yeah, I do have a Boomba bypass valve.
Okay, that's probably why I hear like a turbo flutter.
Yeah.
Because for mine it's more of just like a blow-up valve.
Yeah, that flutter sounds the bypass valve opening and closing. That's what Boomba says. But yeah. But you could tell like that was around 2,000 RPM, and
Yep.
you have that power with the FA20 where they have power down low. Where with the STI, we went at 2,000 and it was kind of like still kind of going. Then I forgot when it pulled through, but it did pull hard.
On the STI, depending on the weather, what I've noticed is the colder the weather is, the earlier the turbo kicks in.
Anywhere.
Here, I like that sound, that turbo flutter.
Yeah.
Which is either Bomba.
Yeah, it's a bypass valve from Boomba. So what do you think of like the steering wheel and like the weight? I know we have some passengers in the back, but
back over there so we don't have to. I've never had something pop under me before. That was a scary but exciting feeling.
oh the see there was like the exhaust pop even on the Q300 it pops
That
too.
kinda caught me off guard.
Yeah.
The steering wheel, it's a slightly heavier.
Oh, you think it's heavier?
No, actually, it's to stock, slightly heavier than stock.
Oh, okay.
And as far as the handling wise, you do have the all season. Yeah.
So when people say WRX, like when people say WRX or STI, this is a really common thing that they would ask. They would say WRX or STI, and then the go-to answer is like WRX if you're dailying, and STI if you want like you autocross or track a lot. Do you agree with this statement?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the STI, once you get it from the lot, it's basically a race car from the factory.
Okay.
And a WRX is more of like a Lego car, which is you're able to mod it to make it faster than an STI or closer than STI.
Mhm.
So and plus like the mileage that the WRX produced, it is more of a daily drive compared to an STI, which is 17, close to like 17 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't care about the mileage, it's basically more of a personal preference. It should mostly a lot of people about the mileage, which is gas prices are increasing now. If you're not worried about that, then STI is the right one. If you're worried about the mileage, then the WRX is more of a the way to go.
Let's see. So you're right about the mileage. So like the biggest between each is the MPG. Of course, the WRX has basically almost 10 MPG higher, which is a big difference. I'm about to say about the power band too, because if you were even in stock form, or we're comparing modded, but in modded form, the WRX does have that upkeep power, and it does respond to very well to bolt-ons for a very affordable price. You can just go E85, and let's say if you just go E85 on the WRX, that's all you need: a flex fuel sensor, the tune, and then the pump. That's all you need, and you're good to go. Where with the STI, you have to upgrade the pump, the fuel injectors, and the flex fuel kit itself, and of course it gets a little bit more expensive to go E85, and because the FA20 has direct injection. So yeah, so something to consider. The newer motor definitely responds really well to mods, and that's what really enticed me to go for the WRX over the STI. Also because of the cost too. Like, money's a factor. STI's was a bit more. My car was about 32,000, 35,000 out the door. This is a fully loaded WRX.
I got mine, I made 40K out of the door.
Yeah, so like 5K difference. His is base, mine's limited. I have like everything that you can possibly have on this car. Harman Kardon package, keyless, and all of that. So yeah, let's just cut to the conclusion. All right, wrapping things up. I love the STI. Did you love the WRX?
I did love the WRX.
Let's talk about the pros. First of all, for the STI, the sound sounds good. The handling, tight. Those super cups, whatever, hugged really well. And because it's on stock suspension with the STIs, it's really good. It pulled pretty good. Of course, this is street driving. I'm not doing 10/10ths, but for street driving, it was like phenomenal. More than I can ever see me doing on the streets. What about you?
For the WRX, I really like the early turbo spool. It makes the car even makes them faster.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. The all season is all right. It still produce some good grip. The clutch, I like it that it's kind of hard and squishy at the same time.
Okay.
With the bonus video with the stock WRX, it does feel a little bit different. And also the gas mileage of the WRX. I really like that gas mileage. I wish I could have it.
Yeah, have both worlds. And yeah, as far as like comparison, I think we're just gonna keep it pretty like what everyone says. If you're gonna daily your car and you just want like a good daily driver that responds well to bolt-ons, the WRX is a really good winner because of the early power band and also the gas mileage. But if you're looking for a track setup, or even just you're more hardcore, the suspension on this was actually pretty stiff. It was actually stiffer than my coilover system, ISC. I forgot, it's been a while. But yeah, it's pretty stiff and but perfect for the track, right? So if you're more hardcore, go for something like this. I didn't have any issues with shifting or anything. The shifting was really good in his setup. So yeah, I prefer his as far as I prefer his transmission over. Just the shifting was just a lot more solid to me. Where when we were talking about my shifting, it felt really light, kind of disconnected, kind of like a toy-like feel because it's not direct shifting. And yeah, people would say that, but you can really tell, even with the shift stopper and the heavier shift knob, it doesn't hold a candle to the STI's powertrain when it comes to the transmission, at least. Yeah, so that concludes it. Which car would you have? I'll stick with mine. My car is better. This one is better. Right, so let's just agree to disagree. there you go, you guys have it right there. Here's our comparisons and what we find on a tuned STI. Stage 1, with my WRX being a little bit more heavier in tune, and stage 2 with the 85. So thank you guys for watching. Peace out and roll the B-rolls. I'm just kidding. Peace out. You want, hey, you want to do second gear again? Second gear? You honk.